What's up, party people? All you cool cats and kittens. We're here to talk about a couple things on the line. Mike and Hunter have been working tirelessly around the clock, non-stop, to ensure that your orders are going out on time. What are you shipping right now, Mike? What are you working on?
Blankets.
Blankets.
BPKs with pre-stage tourniquets. That's the big thing right
BPKs and blankets. That's what everybody's talking about. That's what the kids really want.
Yep.
Can someone give us a 5x5? Is anybody here?
I don't think so yet.
Oh,
says
Blake
one watching.
Smith,
Blake.
Bob, 5x5.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
What
I can't give a 5x5 because I don't know.
We have 7 people here all of a sudden.
Yeah, it'll
Way to
happen
go,
like
guys.
that.
Way to go.
All right.
5x5. Shalom, shalom. 5x5. Probably not me because I'm not wearing a mic.
Boop, 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 ba-doo, 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 doo, doo, doo. We're going to talk about some stuff Refuge style. And we're also going to talk about Russia sending ICBMs to Ukraine. Yeesh.
This is a musical.
Yikes.
Refuge the musical.
Refuge
Oh
the
my God.
musical. It's just Bob.
You're bleeding. Oh no.
Fist bump to Mike. Chat didn't pop up right away. I had to go back out and then everything. Shalom, my homies. What's up, guys? Share out the show. We're going to talk about the haps overnight with Russia and with Ukraine. Obviously, it's totally fine. Everything is very good. Trust me. Believe it. It's tremendous. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. But there are a couple things that I would like to talk to you about. So, actually, we'll wait on all that conversation. We'll give it a couple minutes. That way people get notified because I know that we're just popping in here. What's up, Robert? South Africa in his house. My man. RefugeMedical.com for all your needs. Guys, it is Refuge Medical Appreciation Month where we try to appreciate you with everything that we got. It's pretty awesome.
Bitcoin almost got to 100,000.
Almost. Almost. What is Dogecoin at today? Let's look.
Why do you have a black hand mark on your forehead?
I don't know. Do I?
Yes.
You want to know what it is?
Did you like?
I was handling smoke grenades, and those smoke grenades had chalk powder on the outside of them, and so that's what it is.
Okay, cool.
Can you hand me some Cal 3, please?
Sorry,
What?
I just took my shoe off.
What?
My foot hurts.
Why are you acting like such a crazy person? Oh my gosh. That one, and I'll also take a Hemicon. Yeet. Boom. A flat Hemicon dressing.
Those, yes.
Dude, we still have X-Stats?
Couple.
Yo, people are sleeping on the X-Stat.
Wait. I know that guy, Medic Mouse.
Medic Mouse, get back to work!
The live stream.
Why can't you be on the line?
You are actually literally on the live stream.
You are literally on the live stream. All right, we got 40 people here. Dogecoin at 38 cents. Gang, gang. We're climbing. Hold it, boys. Diamond hands. He's got his earphones in, listening to live. That's fine. If he's working, let him do it.
You can listen to the live while you work, Mike.
Yeah. Whistle while you work. Where's Hunter? He's somewhere working so hard we don't even know where he is.
He's at lunch.
Oh,
I sent him to lunch.
he's at
Mike.
lunch.
Mike.
He's
We're on
at
YouTube
lunch.
Live, sorry.
We're on YouTube Live,
Don't
Mike.
Get flagged.
You can't possibly have a self-defense tool on YouTube Live. Tuna in the house. What did you guys think about the Refuge responder video?
Wait.
Oh, I
Tuna-
know who Tuna
Tuna,
is.
are you Yoshi?
Tuna is also
he-
known as Yoshi, but I
doesn't-
don't think he knows
doesn't
that
know.
he is called Yoshi.
Yeah, now you know.
Tuna, we have multiple Josiahs, so we've been just referring to you as Yoshi.
Sorry, that's your name now.
Tuna, we hated the video. Honestly, everybody watched it and laughed together at the same time. No, it was really good, bro. It was really good. Have you reached back out to him yet?
I have already reached out.
Okay, so you know that we want to talk to you some more. All right, settle down. Tuna's trying to get a job here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now we know your screen name. Make him a mod. No.
Do you eat a lot of tuna sandwiches?
Y'all see the Life podcast today. I did not see the Life podcast today. Who was on it? Was it good? Oh, really? Heck yeah, dude. Awesome show. I'm sure that was really good. She's great at it. So, Russia, right into it. Let's get into the news as it presents itself. No, this is not a Refuge report. This is a live on the line. And so we're going to talk about some components. But first, I want to talk about what we were discussing yesterday on the live stream. Yesterday, we were talking about how Russia was mobilizing and is mobilizing its entire nuclear fleet. They're mass producing shipping containers that are like CBRN containers to house like 50 individuals. They just started mass production on that, as well as they have their Tacoma, which is Tactical Air Command, or Take Charge and Move Out, up and flying currently. We were tracking that on the flight tracker. Very interesting. Last night, for the first time ever, this is unprecedented, Russia launched an ICBM at Ukraine at their Dnipro region, or Dnipro. I'm not Russian or Ukrainian. I don't know how to say these words. They should come over here and learn how many theirs there are, and then come at me about pronunciation, or twos, or, you know, all that stuff. Any hooser winky doodle, they fired this ballistic missile. It was apparently successful at hitting some of their power plants or their thermal energy sector. Whatever it is, they're targeting directly the energy sources for Ukraine. That's what they want to do. They want to hit the energy sources. It's about to be winter. That'll take out all of the morale. It will also smoke a ton of people due to the cold and environmental exposure. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this, because if this is their plan of attack for Russia or for Ukraine, it will probably also be their plan of attack for the U.S. We've already seen bad actors come at power plants. Just on election day, there was somebody caught using a drone, trying to fly a drone with a copper wire into a transformer station, trying to take out the power there. We know that the United States has an extremely fragile power grid. Our power grid is outdated. It's fragile. It's very easy to hurt. And not just whistleblowers have talked about that, but also government agencies have talked about that. They've written huge reports. And so something that you guys should be doing is you should be actively preparing to not have power. What does that look like? How do we best prepare for that? What do you need to have in terms of kit? How do you mitigate issues surrounding that? Do you have firewood? Do you have solar capability? And not just solar capability, do you have the ability to have no power? Because even solar, if the batteries get ruined, the batteries get ruined. If you're what is it? Your charger, or not your charger, but your, what's the thing that you, gosh, I can't think of the word. I'm not a solar guy. Converter. Your converter, if your power converter goes down, it's down. Gosh, that was a hard word to remember. So some things for you guys to pay attention to. We did put the large 6-panel Ready Heat in the store for you guys. Some people were asking about it. This is a great piece of capability for any terms of like keeping warm over an extended period of time. It's like got 10 hours of life right here. It's a little bit heavy, I'm not gonna lie to you, but in the vehicle in these winter months, or even having a couple of these nearby in case of an emergency, a power outage or something like that in the cold months, you don't have a wood burning stove, you don't have a buddy heater, this is an awesome little piece of kit that is super affordable. So you guys should grab these. If you wanted to get a smaller one to carry in a bag, we do have the smaller ones that are 8 hours of heat. Forget how many panels these are. This is a 34-inch by 24-inch. The larger one is a 34-inch by 60-inch. So this is wrapping up a whole body here. So you got the Ready Heat, you pair that with the Arcturus survival blanket. Dude, that is a huge capability. You can keep a lot of heat inside of multiple people. You can, you know, warm your family, everything like that. I did want to remind you guys to go to the sale tab. I wanted to talk about a couple of the things we have on sale. Shout out to the B-Riz for putting KIO3 on sale. Gang, gang. I wonder why she would put KIO3 on sale. I wonder why. I'm sure it is not related to the fact that for the first time ever, ICBMs have been launched. No major news sources talking about it. I think one of the stupid liberal ones were like, that's not an ICBM. Why Russia didn't use an ICBM? It literally is. It literally is. Like, it just is. It doesn't matter. They launched a 40-foot missile into the air that could travel over continents, and it was successful in deploying multiple warheads. So, you know, I don't know. What do I know? What's up, Beartron? This is obviously super impactful because Russia's retaliating against the fact that the U.S. supplied the ATAK-MS, which is a long-range missile with a huge capability. And they have said multiple times Russia has, if the Western world or NATO countries supply Ukraine with long-range missiles, we are going to see it as a direct threat and consider nuclear options. So we have multiple three-letter agencies that are on black alert right now. They're locked down. They're not able to talk to their family. They have no cell phone usage. They're working around the clock. We've seen a huge spin-up of United States military assets currently, and the media is not talking about it. The media is talking about really dumb stuff. Aliens right now. Everybody's distracted about aliens because Congress talked about aliens. Yeah, it's interesting, but like, let's pay attention to the things that can kill us. S2 Underground, if he posts the priority report before noon, it's a doozy. First time in history, like ever, but no one talks about it. Yeah, it's huge. This is huge news. And people are just like, me, which pay attention, right? Bad stuff like this happens instantaneously. The missile systems that were deployed by the Russians, where they're like strategic under the radar systems, they can deploy within minutes to anywhere in the globe. So the fact that they were using and deploying these systems is a huge red flag to us, knowing that this can greatly impact not just the United States, but Great Britain, but Poland and Germany and France and all the NATO partners right now, which I'm not a huge fan of NATO, but understand we are partnered with them, meaning that if they get attacked, it's gonna pull us into conflict. Like, that's the agreement. I didn't make the agreement, right? I didn't agree to it. But I wanted to tell you guys this because this is huge, huge news, right? So even though we only got 70 people here watching, these 70 people, if you go tell 3 each, that's 200 people that have been more informed, right? So share the news. This is huge. Make sure you're taking advantage of the sale tab. The sale tab is huge. What is up, Chuck? My dude, I love you, bro. Homestead Medical, awesome little training organization, awesome dude. He sells some great gear. He's a good guy. The sale tab right now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to bring up, being the XStat and the Hemicon. We are moving these out of stock until next year. So this is going to be your last chance for a minute to get one. We're shipping them like today. These are crazy good components. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but that's because of the capability behind them, right? The XStat is a plunger with hemostatic gauze pellets that fill a cavity and allow you to create pressure with more ease. And then you can backpack it really easily, successfully stopping huge hemorrhage in the pelvic girdle, in the shoulder, in your armpit. This is an awesome, awesome product. I carry this. Our SWAT medic carries this. This is, I mean, we were literally, a couple of SARCs and 18 Deltas put us onto these products. They're like, dude, this is the cat's pajamas. So XStat is huge. We have the 12. There's a larger one as well, but the 12 is really successful in stopping majority of bleeds. Yeah, so Homestead Medical XStat works. I've used it. It's a crazy capability. Like, I hope that in the future people start moving away from the focus on wound packing and more towards products like this, products like Trauma Gel, which is a plunger of hemostatic paste that goes into a wound and creates a clot rapidly. The science is advancing rapidly, and so get with the times. Yes, it's $90, but dude, $90 for saving somebody who has an injury to the pelvic girdle, what are we even talking about there? That's huge. The Hemicon, I love the Hemicon. I talk about this all the time. I think you guys believe that I'm kidding or something like that. This is an ETD. It's a flat Oleus bandage. Inside of it has hemostatic impregnated gauze. You have one package that you have to open. It's right there. You pack your wound rapidly, you pressure wrap it with the Oleus bandage. Dude, you're good to go. You have a clot that's formed, you have successful pressure. This is a force multiplier. I think this thing's like only $45 right now. It's on sale. That's a killer deal. So a couple of massive bleeds capabilities on sale right now. We're trying to get it off our books. And then we're also trying to give you guys the capability with all the crazy stuff that's happening right now. So we took a hard look at what we currently have in stock and we said, all right, what do the people need? These are some of the things that the people need. They need the Ready Heat. The Ready Heat, you need it. You really do. The KIO3, ask yourself, do you have 1 to 2 bottles for each person in your...
Pause because of Mike.
Yeah, shit.
Now you're not paused. Sorry, guys. That was Mike's fault.
Thanks, Mike. Gosh.
Trying to do my job.
The KIO3. Do you have 1 to 2 bottles for each member in your family? Does your extended family members have KIL3? Do they understand the use case of it? This is huge for protecting your thyroid with exposure to radiation. Huge,
And
right?
it tells you on the bottle how to do it, right?
Yeah, it tells you on the bottle. There's also a ton of literature that exists on the internet that you can go and research depending on the weight, depending on if it's a child, if it's an adult. Like, it's not that serious. Like, you guys should be doing your own homework. There's literature that exists online. That's something else I wanted to talk to.
There was a mass stabbing in UK this week.
I didn't see that.
And a mass casualty event in China when a dude ran over like 70 people with a car.
70?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Good
the world
grief.
Is nuts. Right?
Yeah, so a mass stabbing in the UK is actually not that unheard of.
Because they can't have guns, so just stab everybody. Except
yeah.
they do have guns, but like probably not like we have guns.
So I mean, there's not like guns. Guns are very different in the UK.
Yeah. They're not like floating around.
No.
Where they're getting them illegally.
No, like even then, even getting an illegal firearm in the UK is very, very hard. Versus
But they got knives, and guess what? They be stabbing.
They're trying to like serialize knives as if knives are the problem.
Next
like
thing they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, nails,
forks,
spoons,
hammers.
I eyeballed somebody with a spoon.
It's like, guys, like I think maybe the problem is the people.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I'm not a people scientist. Please next time put the camera for horizontal for the video to look better.
Marla, the thing is, we reach a totally different audience depending on what way the phone is turned. So we actually reach people who have not heard of us before when it's up and down like this.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
On Wednesdays we have it turned the other way, and then on Thursdays we have it turned like this.
That's right.
You can hear me.
That's right. Gang, gang. Zombie knives. Yeah, make zombie knives great again. Obviously, people are acting like crazy, lunatics. And so driving a car into 70 people, I mean, we saw that through 2020. We saw, the parades, the protests, people driving into groups of people. That's an immediate MCI, mass casualty incident. And so the amount of work that goes into that for medical responders is huge. That's why people die in that. So having first aid capability on you, on your person is huge, and we were talking this morning about World War II and about the soldiers that were deployed there. And even having, a little bit of medical on you is such a force multiplier. It can take your rates of survivability way up, way, way up.
Also just being self-aware, having situational awareness. When you go places, don't just be loosey-goosey. Look at if I needed to get out of here quickly with my family, where am I going to go?
Situationally aware, have an exit strategy. Everywhere you go and everything you do, have an exit strategy. That's just basic dude stuff. You walk into a room, know where your exits are, know where your threats are, analyze the people that are there. Don't judge them, but analyze it. Have some situational awareness for Pete's sake. Aaron C22 just walked up, y'all. How do you say bring back the paddle, bring back the belt, and bring back baseball bats? I mean, dude.
Spoil the child.
Yeah, spare the rod, spoil the child, man. I mean, it's super real. It is super real.
I watched a Hispanic young lady yell at who I think was Alan West. Do you identify as black? And he just looked at her and went to laugh. And then when he went to answer her, she started talking, she goes, I'm not finished. And it was like, are you kidding me? What is wrong with the world now?
Hey, looking to buy my first aid kit. What do you recommend for a good basic kit like my go bag? Yeah, absolutely. I would actually recommend one of the bleeding prevention kits. It can go in a go bag, super easy. Well, we're running a special this month on the bleeding prevention kits, and you can get just the basic, which is bleeding control, or you can get the advanced, which allows for the capability to seal the pleural space if you have a puncture. It also has a nose noodle in it. It has, some hemostatic in there. It's a wonderful capability for like $100 and something bucks. It's not that expensive, but it's a huge capability. And inside each bleeding prevention kit, there's a QR code that takes you to some online information as to how to best employ the tools, which is super dope. The bleeding prevention kit is awesome. If you wanted to get something made out of nylon, we have a variety of different options. It really depends on what you're looking for, but it's cool. I'm on disability, so can't afford a big expense kit over $100. Can you show us a good kit? Yeah, absolutely. I'd go with the BPK, the bleeding prevention kit basic. You got a basic over there? I don't think we have a single basic made right now. He pushed them all out this morning.
Got an intermediate.
Show me an intermediate. So this is the intermediate. I think this is $90, if I remember correctly. Inside of this has chest seals, it has duct tape, it has a cat tourniquet, couple sets of gloves, an emergency trauma dressing, 2 sets of wound packing gauze, trauma shears, and then it also has that QR code right there where you can learn some stuff. So pretty dang sweet. Oh, it's also got the permanent marker in there and the instruction card. So all of that comes in this tight little vacuum sealed container. It's waterproof, so you can put it in a go bag, be good to go, and rock and roll. So this is a awesome opportunity, a great little piece of capability that you can add to your go bag. You can add to your messenger bag, throw in the glove compartment of your car. The bleeding prevention kit intermediate, that's kind of middle of the ground. The advanced, you're going to get a little bit more capability, but that's what it is, you know. So you can buy that over time and space it out and add to your own capability. And I understand, like, everybody's got a different budget. So what we try to do is give you capability based on your budget. We don't want to be just a company that sells, you know, like super expensive stuff that nobody can attain. We want to be a company for the people. We want people to have this gear in their hands so that way they can go out and save lives or save their own life, which is huge. BPK intermediate for the win. Have one in every car. Refuge Nation, do you even use the like button? Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go, Refuge Nation. Come on, you crazy kids. I'm probably going to push the microphone over to Britt for a little bit because I do have to hop on a call.
B-Riz, who's finally eating her lunch.
B-Riz, who's definitely not busy eating her lunch. Shofar Acres is here. What's up? What's up? Technically, she can buy a trainer kit for about $100, and it's still all legit equipment. I would go with the BPKI because you get the chest seals, dude. The chest seals is a huge W. The trainer kit has a lot of capability for training, but it's not the same as that BPKI. Just got our construction company to add BPK intermediate to our safety kits.
That is so cool.
That is awesome, Stuart. Stuart's out here trying to save lives on the job site. This guy gets it. This guy gets it.
You know how many workplace, like, lives saved and aid render stories we have? Like, okay, wrenches. Works in a car mechanic shop.
Dude.
His coworker sticks his arm into a moving belt. Freaking like,
whop.
whoa,
Hey there.
nasty.
What's a brachial artery between friends?
But what did he have on him? A bear fact.
A bear fact.
And saved his life.
That's right. Great googly moogly, Bob. Can you get any busier? Your new name, Bob Bear. Love you, man. Shalom.
Bear.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Guys, seriously, in all reality, these things are flying off the shelf. I really recommend that you get them because as this crisis continues, all right, as this continues to expand and the normies get a hold of this information, they are going to buy it out. They are.
Wait, if they're the normies, what are we?
We are the not normies. All right, I'm going to push it off to Britt. Some people have some good questions here. What is the difference between the BPKI and the suit? And what is a FAK?
I'll just take it. So. Hey guys, sorry for my voice today. I'm dealing with something with the weather.
I went to zoom in a little bit. I went in really, really far.
Wow, thanks, Lauren. Okay, I don't have my phone, so I can't see questions. So you can either grab mine or you can tell me.
What is in a FAK kit?
That's a great question that I had no idea was already asked. I actually just grabbed our FAK refill kit.
That's
so
so
these,
funny.
I know, this is great. So these are the components that come in the FAK 3.0 IFAK. So an IFAK, if you guys don't know, stands for Individual First Aid Kit. The FAK covers the full Marchi algorithm: massive bleeding, airway, respiratory, circulation, head injury, everything else kind of in there, hypothermia. So it comes with the tourniquet. It does come with trauma shears, really awesome trauma shears. They can cut a penny and still continue cutting everything else. There is 2-pack of Halo chest seals. There is 2 5x9s. There is a nasopharyngeal airway with lube. There is a Sharpie. This is to write on the patient time that you apply a tourniquet or blood pressure, things like that. You can also use it to write on the time tab on the tourniquet. There is burn shield dressing, great burn shield thing to have. I love all types of burn components because I just always feel like they're needed. My little guy decided to reach out and touch my cast iron pan a few months ago, and I immediately was able to get burn dressing on him, burn cream actually, because I had it above my stove. Great place to keep it and apply it, and it was great. It didn't blister. Yeah, I bet you, was that from curling your hair? Yeah. I was like, that's not a hickey, that's a burn.
So Marla, she's the one who asked about the facts. She also said, does it come in a med bag? So I know you want to keep going through it. But.
So I'll finish going through the components and then I will answer that question. So there is a pair of gloves. There is a 6-inch ETD. This is the NAR Responder ETD. There is medical tape, and then there's what we call the trauma pack. And this is, if you guys can see it, like full of its own bit of components. There has different size gauzes. There's an eye shield. There's compressed gauze for wound packing. There's a survival blanket, triangular bandage, rolled gauze. There's flat duct tape in here. All of that comes in the IFAK 3.0. And the IFAK does come in different bags. You can go walk that way. I can handle it. You can reschedule. Just reschedule it. It's okay. We've done it before. Depending on which IFAK you get, it does come in a nylon pouch. This is the refill kit, so if you already have the outer pouch, you can fill it in there. But it is, there are several options available of all different size bags, different ways you can carry them. We have one that attaches on the back of the headrest. You want to hand that? There's Mike. Mike, run for the phone.
Hello.
Hopefully that answers your questions. If you have any more, feel free to throw them in the chat.
One question. What is an ETD?
So emergency trauma dressing. So it is basically a big ace bandage with a gauze pad on it at the end. So you would put the gauze pad straight on the wound, and then you would use the ETD to wrap around to hold it in place, apply pressure, things of that nature.
And a lot of times, like if we do wound packing, you use that to help keep the pressure
Yep.
on the wound.
Yeah, so if you're doing wound packing with compressed gauze, you could use an ETD to continue to hold that pressure. You can also use something like a pressure wrap. The S-Mark is great for that. So is the Slishman pressure wrap. I actually really like the Slishman because one, can be used as a child tourniquet. It can be used on pets and animals, but it also can be used like an ace bandage because it has like periodic fields of hook, so it holds it in place. The one thing that I really hate doing is when I'm like splinting or wrapping a kid's arm or leg or just anybody, that it like, if you were to let go of it and then you lose all that hard work that you just did. So the Slishman stops that from happening. It has periodic spots of hook that hold onto it and keep it from unraveling the entire way. So I've actually used a Slishman to hold on an ice pack on one of my kids. It has a whole bunch of different uses.
Well, Jake, 12C just got here.
Ooh,
He
hi Jake.
the assignment, by the way.
Did
I
he?
opened up Instagram, and this morning I had 58 stories tagged and shared. And then I opened it up again, and I had more. I was like, okay, well,
Jake's like, I will win.
he's probably going to share every...
How
every
many
post
times
we-
can they win in a row? Has that been out there?
I think that's going to have to be like a once-a-month thing. Otherwise,
Once a month?
I feel like
Jake's gonna
Jake
win
is
every
like,
week.
I have won $40,000 worth of gifts.
If he would ever just move closer, he might just end up working here one of these days.
One
But
of these days.
I know, like, he's got to have a baby and stuff first, which we are totally praying for your wife. You'll have to keep us updated. I know it's getting close.
I want to win it all.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do, Jake. I totally believe that you probably will win most of
Make
it.
sure you tell everybody to tag me because I can't keep up if they don't tag.
Yeah, please tag Refuge Medical because if you don't tag it, Lauren is not just going to randomly be scrolling and see it there.
And
Lauren has like this much time to scroll, and normally it's sending me Instagram reels late at night, and they're really about work. So she's still working.
It's just we just send work memes back.
Yeah.
All the time.
The ones last night were funny.
And they need to make them public.
Yes.
Because if it's private, I can't
Yep,
see it.
and if it's private, we can't see it either. So it needs to be a public post. You can just make one post public. I don't think you need to make your entire.
You can make per post public.
Yeah.
And so you can share it in your stories on Instagram, and then on Facebook, share it to your page or your stories. I know you probably don't want your page
Both
to
work.
be like 500.
Yeah, I mean,
but just
12C doesn't
little-
seem to care.
No.
So that was his stories, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So all the refill kits. Hi, Badger. All the refill kits are on the sale page. They are a little bit of a discount off right now, and that's just because we're not able to keep with the nylon production at the moment. The sew team is kicking butt and taking names, and they're staying busy. We're actually adding 3 people total to the sew team. One of them already started, so we got 2 more to add. But we are working to be able to add some more team members to keep sewing things, to be able to get them back in stock for you guys. So we appreciate your patience, and that's a reason I put the refill kits on sale, is because we can actually ship these out. We have them not necessarily built, but we have all the components, so I can tell Mike, hey, we need to build 50 of these today, and they will.
And then Mike goes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, yes!
You should see the reel I sent Mike last night, because that one was funny too. Yeah. It was like when the boss comes in. When the boss comes in and like tells you the 5 million to-do list things because we're behind and understaffed. And it was like, the guy just like this is Mike every day when I come into work. Mike is great though, and does so much. Between Mike and Hunter and the team, we went from over 700 orders in queue to just over 400 last time I looked. So we've been crazy because also orders keep coming in faster than we have been able to fulfill them some days. Which is awesome. We appreciate all of your guys' support. We truly could not be here without you guys and without your support. We do love what we do and the mission we get to stand behind. It is a great place to work, to be able to know that like you're getting components out and training people on how to use them that one day can be aid rendered or to save a life. It definitely has like a real purpose behind it. It's not just going to work and serving food or, you know, talking on the phone as a bank customer service. It is definitely a really awesome, fulfilling job that we all love, waking up every day and coming into work, even if it's crazy and chicken with their head cut off, trying to, you know, get everything and all the things done, because we want to get out as many orders to you guys as possible every single day. That is like our #1 priority. There have been countless times that we've heard that the components that arrived that day were used that same day or the day after. Between burns and tourniquet applications, it has been crazy to hear that.
2 things.
Okay.
So, Beartron asked for you to talk about Ruckus 2025, and Marla, who asked about the BearFAK,
Yep.
she said, do you have first aid videos, how to use some of this
Ooh, great question, Marlo. So yes, we do have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel here. There also is on the website, if you go to the training tab, there's in-person training, there's virtual training, which we have started doing on Sundays. It is 1 Sunday a month for 3 hours, which is an awesome hands-on live training you can do with us. Right below that is the trauma medicine series, which is a whole like playlist of videos that goes through each component and why you would use it and how to use it. So check out all of that because it's just a wealth of knowledge. There's also like 101 videos, I feel like, on our YouTube channel here that go over the kits, the components, and just the crazy shenanigans we do here in the office. Beartron, I am looking forward to the Refuge Ruckus. It is coming up so quickly, the beginning of March. So the Refuge Ruckus is an event that Caleb House puts on and that we are a vendor at, and awesome weekend. We did it the first time ever this past year. There is 1 day of speakers, awesome speakers, men, women, preparedness, homesteading, like so many different topics that they cover. Saturday, we do Bible study and worship and Shabbat and fellowship. And then Sunday is the Ruck. So the Ruck is, there's different class weights. There is different distances. What did 12th C do this past year? He'll have to throw it in the chat. It was like 15 miles.
He started walking
or
at
something
like
like that.
in the morning or something crazy.
So you'll have to check out refugeruckus.com. It has all the different details from the schedules to the weight classes, and it's all to raise money for Caleb House, which is a rescue rehabilitation center for victims of human sex trafficking. So it is a great organization, a great cause to stand behind. And we get to hang out with all of the cool people. Like, you guys get to come and hang out with us. We get to hang out with you. We finally get to put like face to the YouTube name, which is really cool, like handles. I actually made a joke this last year at the Ruckus that if you had a YouTube and you were like on live streams and stuff, to put that under your name, like what your YouTube handle is, so we could like match it. Because I met Beartron this last year, and it was like such a world to connect those dots, because I do talk to you guys on YouTube and in email. So to be able to put a face behind the name and give you a big hug is super awesome. I'm really looking forward to this year because I also know one of the musicians And I was the one who found him and showed him to Sarah, and I was super excited that he was able to come out and play some music for us.
Okay, two things. One, I don't know if this might be a Bob question.
Maybe, but I will totally say I don't know.
The
Re-ask
screen
Bob.
name is not as tactical as your friend.
Okay.
It says, hey, if I have a bear fac on my chest rig, what should I put in my sustainment pouch of my Alice pack?
That's going to be a question, probably a good question for Bob.
So we'll ask him when he comes back.
I was going to say, if you have your bear fac, that's going to cover your full Marchi algorithm, so I would use your pack for maybe litters and other more in-depth things like blankets.
Calories and stuff.
Yeah, calories, water, blankets, like ready heat, things to more in-depth things to cover hypothermia, dehydration, fluids, the more in-depth things, because like your IFAK is like your individual first aid kit, so that's what they would use on you if you were to get injured. You could use it on an individual, but that's why it's called individual first aid kit, because in the military, if I came up to you and you were injured, I would use your first aid kit on you. That way, when I left, I still had it for me. So that's kind of how it all started.
Okay, so are you still taking applications for working at Refuge?
Yes, we are still taking applications. We have filled a few spots, and a few spots are gonna probably get filled as we get farther into the interview process, but we are still open, and I think 2025 is going to be an explosion for us, so I have a feeling we're going to continue to be adding. So even if you send in your application now, we do one interview, we love you, and we just can't fill you in a spot at this moment. That doesn't mean come in the spring or even summer that we won't just reach back out to you and say, hey, we're ready if you're still available. So send in your resume to Britt, BRITT, at refugemedical.com, and that will go to me personally.
Okay, Marla White asked again, what about a good all-around first aid kit? So we talked about
Great question. Yep. So I love the adventure kit. This is a buy once, cry once kit. We do only have it in a few colors right now, but more colors will be back in stock soon. It covers everything from boo-boos, broken bones, to bullet holes. So it has a skin stapler, it has burn dressing, it has everything that's in the bear fac. It has so many things. It has sting relief, it has poison oak and ivy cream, it has sunburn, sunscreen, it has insect repellent, it has the Slishman. It is like everything you could really need for your family on a homestead, out on hiking, camping. It is a really awesome kit, but we only have it in a few select colors right now because it is so popular and so many people love it. We will have more colors back in stock soon, so be patient with us if you do not like one of the colors that are in stock. It's a great question, Marlo. You have awesome questions today, and I do apologize again for my voice. It's just been one of those weeks. I've been yelling, it seems like, at the office. Not really. I'm sure it's more at my kids, and this weather outside is crazy. Between the hot and the cold and the rain, and now there's potentially like snow coming here soon. I'm like, no, I'm not ready.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We have snow coming?
Yay.
Supposed to be soon.
Ew. Why?
I'm not ready.
You know, when I lived in Texas, it was like, oh my gosh, it's going to snow the one time a year. Then I moved to Missouri, and I was like, ew, it snows so much here, which is still not a lot compared to the
Yeah.
north. At least here it's like a few times, but we also get ice in the south.
Oh,
So we get
yeah.
like the ice storms, and then no one can drive anywhere.
Well,
and
there was a part of Oklahoma, 2 weeks ago, they got 19 inches of snow. It was in the Panhandle, it was right near Colorado, but 19 inches of snow in like a small period of time. It was crazy.
Okay,
I saw your face. What do you got?
sorry. Well, Matt Bear said it was 38 this morning in Florida. Might as well be snowing.
Oh, that's true. I remember those days in Florida. I tried to not go outside, except I worked outside, so I just bundled up super
Okay.
hard.
So the adventure kit could be called the family bag,
Mhm.
Tron said.
That's true.
Then Marla asked, can you show us here what's in it? I don't think we have
I
an
think,
adventure kit.
is that black one, is it full? I mean, I'll know if there's things missing in it, but can you hand me that black bag, Hunter?
Rick S said, Britt has the cooties.
Huh.
Yeah, everybody around here has been getting the little cold.
Yeah, it's just like a tickle in my throat and that like little piece of phlegm. I haven't had a fever or anything crazy. It's just made me feel bleh. And this cough.
Richard Cuss asked, if you order a vacuum seal kit but ask for it pre-staged, would that lower the chance of winning a golden ticket?
No, that will not lower a chance of winning the golden ticket. The golden ticket will not be inside your vacuum sealed kit. It will just be in the box. So don't go opening up your BPK and be like, ah, it wasn't in there and now I'm mad that it's not resealed. Pre-stage tourniquet, we've had this question a few times. You add the $5 pre-stage tourniquet. That does not mean we're giving you a tourniquet pre-stage. That means if your kit, your BPK, your BearFAK comes with a tourniquet, we are just going to pre-stage it for you. That doesn't mean you're going to get a tourniquet for $5. It's an upcharge, an upgrade for us to take the time to be able to do all that.
Ayrton and 12C say hi to you, Hoot. Hello. He says,
You gonna come say hi?
And then Marla said, do you make a good, I think she's actually wanting to know about a one-person kit.
Okay.
Do you make a good around one-person kit? What
So
about
hot,
a
man.
kit like that for one person to put in their go bag? And I think Bob had mentioned before the BPK.
Yeah, so the BPK is a great option. It's affordable. It easily fits into a bag. If you do the advanced, that's pretty close. If you do the advanced plus you get the trauma pack separately, that's going to be the BearFAK plus some. And it's going to be able to cover you for all the different injuries and be affordable. And if you're already putting it in a go bag, you don't need it to come in its own nylon bag. So I would go BPK, either one of them. Doing the advanced is obviously going to be the best because it does come with the chest seals. But do the basic or the intermediate if your budget can't allow the advanced, and then just add the trauma pack, which is like $20. It's actually on sale right now under the sale tab.
Oh, good to know. Thanks, she said.
You're welcome, and great questions. I'm happy to have you on and answering all that we can today.
Beartron said, Hoot, he lives. Last time we trained a night responder, he was in rough shape.
He did die that night. It was interesting because like us as the staff knew that he was gonna end up dying, and like I had to get him like in the back room. Yeah, we had to get him with like the fake blood and get him all staged and ready. And I wasn't actually out there in the field, but hearing all the stories, it was great.
It was when Mouse texted me after the fact. I was like, "Don't you ever do that to me."
Oh yeah, it would be interesting. You'll have to, Lauren, on your media list, you should add interviewing Mouse and Hunter because they both played such different roles in the night responder. When it goes time to make,
will know.
you could.
Well, we can
They
dumb it down.
Yeah.
they also work for us now, so
That's
we
true.
can tell them, hey, you can't say this. Hey, you
Yeah.
can't give all the stories away. But it would be cool to be able to get their insight.
Matt Bear said, yeah, I had to carry his scrawny butt over my shoulder.
Yeah, dude, that was great. For some reason, it went from 4 people to he was like, "I'll just fire him and carry him."
Oh
my
gosh,
God.
I've been carried a few times in the training classes because I'm normally one of the casualties.
The guy, what's his name? From Night
Yeah,
Vision?
I don't.
He always just like, all right,
Not
let's go."
Keenan.
It's
Was it
not-
Keenan?
No, it is
It's
Keenan.
Keenan. Okay. Yeah, he's carried me now twice. Fireman carry. I don't know how it's always me that I'm his buddy when we're doing training stuff. So I'm normally one of the role players in the scenarios. I'm one of the injured, so people will render aid to me and stuff. And I've been dropped a few times, but totally not anyone's fault. It's dark and objects and things like that. So luckily, I've made it out pretty uninjured at this point.
Sober Party said, tempted to repost post resume in chat. I don't know what that means. Don't put your resume in the chat.
Yeah, don't put your resume in the chat. Sober Party, I think I do have your resume. The first positions we were filling were SO team because we really needed bodies in the SO team. For media and my intern and the production, we're kind of looking at like the beginning of January. So I'm now got SO team pretty under wraps and I'm moving forward on those other things. There's just been a lot going on in the last few weeks. And Thanksgiving is next week, and I'm not ready. Really not ready at this point. But we're kicking butt and taking names, and a few of us have been answering emails at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night recently, because things just have to get done. And answering your all's questions and letting you know updates on your orders and answering any questions is really what we love to do. Oh, trying to cough away from the mic. No.
We need to have some sort of a team Zoom chat about that night. So much happens at night that's unseen.
It would be, and I've mentioned this, I'll mention it again to the director of training, to do an AAR now, like another AAR with all the students that took the class.
So
kind of an update, like what have you guys done since then? How have you trained? What have you learned about yourself? I think that'd be really cool.
Rick said, Britt, will there be a 2 to 3 day responder class in 2025? There will be.
Yes.
There's one on the books right now.
So there is an essential responder in April right now, and we are planning to do another night responder on Labor Day weekend, which would be September of next year. So there will be several essential responders and then still the night responder.
Is the radio class 2 days?
So yes, the radio class that is already sold out right now is a 2-day course for one set of students. We will have him back though, I'm sure, because that class sold out very quickly. So once we, get one on the books, he comes, hangs out with us, we will get another one in the store. I'm also excited for Combat Midwife to come back.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna come back and do Surviving Womanhood again, which I learned so much last time, but
Such a good class.
I'm excited to sit in it again because I know there still is things that I didn't actually digest and comprehend because she threw so much at us. And so if you guys didn't make it to that class, make sure you come out. It is open to male and females. It is a respectable environment. We had a few males last time. And then we actually had somebody in the chat, in the emails, come in and ask because his wife wants him to help her give birth, and he's super nervous, and he wanted to ask questions about the birth and postpartum bucket. So we're going to reach out to him and answer some questions, but coming to a class like that is something that could really help.
So Bertrand said, please, I would love to do an AAR and follow-up lessons learned. I'm still unpacking lessons learned that 3 days in Oklahoma. You all are so awesome at what you do.
We appreciate that. Yeah, I will throw it in his ear again for sure, because AARs is, even if it's been 6 months later, it hasn't been that long, but it's been, 60, 90 days. So much can be learned. And I know I watched you guys when I was feeding you guys breakfast. You guys were pretty out of it during the AAR session because you guys were smoked, which I totally understand. But now that you've comprehended and everything and digested it, I think it would be great. So I'll definitely throw it in his ear for that. I also want to get another trainer in here. I want Amber Haddock to come do a class for us because she has such a wealth of knowledge. I don't think we've posted her. It'll be in December. We're doing her podcast, aren't we? She is an awesome lady in Texas. She is like a private security detail. She's done it for a lot of big families, big people, and so much situational awareness, think like the bad guy, head on a swivel, she's awesome. She came and visited, hung out with us, maybe a year ago now? 6 months ago?
It's been a little bit. It was not cold outside.
Yeah, so maybe it's spring.
Yeah.
She came and hung out and we filmed some content with her, which was super cool.
Tora Pepper said, have any of the golden tickets been found, and is there still a chance to win one?
So a few have been shipped out. Not all of them have been shipped out, but I have not gotten any emails of anybody redeeming them yet, which is interesting. Yeah, because we know for sure one of them left over a week ago. Yeah. So we're going to see.
Haven't said anything.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I hope they didn't just think it's a golden ticket.
It is, and it says on it, and it says how to redeem it and what it's for. So I guess we'll wait and see.
If they just, oh, it's just a card. Like, no.
Hey, if all of them don't get taken up and don't get redeemed, we'll do out some more. Because I do know when we made the design, there was more than 5 because more than 5 fit per a piece of paper. So we totally could put out some more. And I think it's been a super awesome thing. So I think we'll be able to do it again in 2025.
Sauson said, post credit card info in the chat to apply for a job.
No scams allowed in the chat.
Stop that, Sauson.
Has anyone checked out the Rapid Radio?
I have not. Have you heard of that, Mike? Rapid Radio? Hey, DR! I know who would know if it's a real thing.
I think it goes over the cell phone towers. It's like a Nextel.
He's
Matt
busy.
Bear, we will not let that happen. Just make sure all the tickets don't go to the same person.
Have you ever heard of the Rapid Radio? No, he hasn't heard of it, so I'm going to go with...
Heard of it. Doesn't exist.
That's not... No, it just means it's not probably good. It's probably not a reputable brand. Yeah, I just threw another big project at him. We just got asked for a quote for 300 of something. As I was walking that way is when Bob was like, hey, Brittany's going to be... So I threw it in his head.
Oh, boy.
It's the one that goes over the cell network.
Oh. Well,
It's a walkie-talkie over cell service?
Okay.
But what if there's no cell service?
Exactly. I was just about to say, in Helene, they had no cell service. So
Yeah, it's
use your
nationwide because
if
they
you.
use
It says, due to high volume from the hurricane, please add up to 7 to 10 additional days for delivery.
I think it's like next hill.
Yeah, isn't, what's the one that everybody loves that's actually good that Dudley uses?
The Garmin?
Yeah, the Garmin
InReach?
InReach. I know that one people love, and actually doesn't need cell service. And even if the cell towers are down, it is still
I
available.
wouldn't mind getting one of those.
Yeah,
And I want. There's a lot.
they're pricey, but they're worth it. And listen, it's 2024. If it's cheap, that means it's made cheap, which means it's not gonna last.
Timu's a
So.
thing, and it's garbage.
Ugh. What? What you got?
Hey, did you write your letter?
Oh, you're on the 3D printer bucket?
Did you write your letter?
Refuge might have just gotten their own 3D printer. We're working on it.
It's supposed to go out today.
No, it's supposed to be sent out at 5.
You didn't even remember about it, so you wouldn't have even looked at it anyway.
Whom reached out to whom?
He told me. He said I didn't even remember about it, so don't feel bad. Well, crud.
We'll figure it out. It'll be
Okay.
great.
Pivot.
Start live.
Okay, get a real ham 2 meter and 70 meter radio.
Oh.
Meteor.
We also need to figure out who's doing the next few weeks, even though there won't be one next week.
It'll be the.
Because next week is Thanksgiving, next Thursday.
That's crazy. We gotta travel.
So much is going on.
I did start on my letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like one sentence.
Yeah. Hi, my name is. That's how far he got.
Hi, my name is.
Now I have that song in my head.
Tell Bob to 3D print me one of those phone Molly things for my plate carrier.
Oh, yeah. So DR actually 3D printed that for Bob. They were super cool. I'm sure that is something we can work on and having an option one day, because I do know that he loved it during the night responder.
How do y'all do Thanksgiving in the way?
Not really much of a difference in my family. I don't know if other families do it differently, but Thanksgiving we just are thankful, and we do it more as like a Friendsgiving. Some of us do travel and go see family, but a lot of us just do it as like all of us as friends.
Eat good food and hang out. With
Yeah,
friends and
fellowship.
family.
It's kind of like a Shabbat, I guess. Eat good food, fellowship, hang out. This is actually the first year that I'm gonna be like cooking Thanksgiving again. We normally like would just go out and eat food because the stress of always cooking all the food and cleaning up was never quite worth it with the big family that I come from. I'm the oldest of 6. And this year we're actually cooking, which is nice because at least I have siblings who now are old enough to cook. When I was 12, I cooked the entire Thanksgiving meal for my family because my mom was on bed rest, pregnant with one of my siblings, and my dad was working because he did retail. So I remember cooking all the food and that being like the most stressful Thanksgiving ever.
Ooh, Patty said Zolio is also a great emergency GPS tracker, cheaper than Garmin.
Huh, okay. Mike gave one of these hands, so.
What religion is Sukkot? It's not a religion. It's just in the Bible.
Yep, Sukkot is a biblical holiday. You can read about it in the Bible, in the Old Testament.
Silver Party, it's the one American holiday that's not. Okay, so.
Yeah, 4th of July and Thanksgiving are like the 2 holidays, I guess, that American holidays we celebrate. Or at least my family celebrates. I cannot speak for all the families. But 4th of July is still my favorite holiday. Red, white, and blue, everything. Any more questions over there? I hear Bob still on his call. I'm sure he's wrapping up soon. He's chit-chatting.
Sounds
Mike's
great.
filling
Just wondering
orders.
how y'all do it. I love my spot and emergency but I love my SPOT, an emergency device similar to the Garmin.
It's a satellite messaging.
Ah,
I
okay.
want to get one of those. There's also a watch that I want to get, but I want the one that runs off of solar. And I want the one that will do like GPS stuff.
And not
so-
Bluetooth.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it with Bluetooth, but I want to be able to turn it off.
Ah.
Because EMFs.
Yeah.
Crunchy.
So is EMF considered under crunchy nowadays?
Oh, I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I think the people who worry about it are also probably worrying about things like fluoride and all the other things.
Yeah, this is true. JFK will help us though, won't he?
Who do I? Ooh,
Oh no.
Who do I email if I didn't get last year's Ruckus patch?
That would be admin@calebhouse.org. Actually, events@calebhouse.org will get you a better answer. I do know there was a delay, and then they're working to fulfill them, and I know a few got lost in the mail. So I do apologize you never received it. Just reach out. They will happily get you taken care of. I am not on that side of the house, but they are super awesome people that will take care of you.
You need to get a Samva Medic. Helps tremendously with EMF, but an investment. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what that is. Samva Medic.
She is your EMF lady, so she will look it up. At one point, we had like a blanket that we were trying to put over the.
Everybody was sitting on a 5G router. I was like, quit sitting there. It's bad for you. So they finally bought a EMF blocking blanket.
Did it ever
And
get?
it shortened our Wi-Fi by about 3/4.
But everyone was healthier.
But then we couldn't work.
Just move it. Fold away. Fold. No one should sit. That should be where all the training gear is held.
That's where the two guys are.
I don't know. Why worry about EMF? What does it do to you? Oh, we don't have time for that.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
That is a rabbit hole
That's a
that you
rabbit hole.
can go Google.
Yeah.
GTS.
I grew up in a house with a mom who was highly sensitive, so we had to measure our houses and stuff. But long exposures to high EMFs can do it can do damage to your body. I'll just say it that way.
You know the Earth generates its own.
Yeah, but that one, our frequency and that's why it's really good to ground. Or like what's coming off of the frequencies that's coming off of like your 5G and stuff like that, not great for you. So.
Not going down that rabbit hole.
Nope. Can we
live
get
in the
one if
woods.
we were remote? Are they doing patches for remote workers?
I
That would be. a
do
serious
not know the
question.
answer to that.
Ooh, joined late. Did you already give a status on the plate carriers?
So plate carriers are in production, and some have already been shipped out. Coyote is in production right now, and they are working towards the other ones. We're probably looking at a month for all of them to be shipped out. They're working on, we're adding more people over there. They're working on sewing up. They're cranking them out. We just don't want to give you guys rushed, poor, crappy quality products. That is not the Refuge brand at all. And they had to work out a few kinks. We had a little bit of supply chain on fabric, but it's all set and done. They're in production. And thank you for your patience on that. Anyone who has specific questions, you can always reach out in the live chat or admin at Refuge Medical, or call the store phone, and one of us will answer it right here in the office and get back to you on it.
Where did it go? Kermode Bear said, Jupiter, that burr sound is the sew team plate carrying.
Oh, that's true. We can go over and see them.
Want to go?
I'm almost done with my first bottle of water today.
Hey, it's
So-
like 1:30. Don't brag about that. That's not good.
Listen, I didn't drink a bottle of water yesterday,
You know
so
what? I had a bottle of water mixed with a pre-workout. That counts, right?
I mean, I guess.
It was water.
They saw the video about the drums the other day, right?
Oh, I need to put the one of Bob sitting at.
Oh, you shouldn't post that one.
Bob.
Hi, So Team. We're bringing the live stream over because they were asking about plate carriers. So, see? They're in production. They're working on them. They're like
Who's that guy?
hardcore.
You guys know who that is?
They're working on those. So, what are you doing over there, Terry? He's got his headphones in. He can't even hear me. That means he's working. At least they have head down working.
I like that his outfit changes for cold weather by just putting on a long sleeve shirt.
There you go.
It's
Easy
still.
enough.
There's Terry.
You had to zoom in on them. Yes, so they're working as hard as they can. They're putting their head down. Plate carriers are in production, and we have more ladies starting soon. So all the things. I'm not going to sit at the drums because I like my job.
Yeah. Bob ended up telling him.
Oh, he did last night. He had to tell him before somebody else said it.
He had these video evidence of it.
Yeah, everyone turned on their camera the moment. Look at these Bearfacks. So red Bearfacks are coming in any day now. They're they're finishing up production, and all of these are stuffed and ready. So as soon as the outers come in, we can stuff those in and ship them out. Because I know we have like 100 red Bearfacks outstanding right now, and we do have 250 coming. So that means as soon as they come, we'll have more, and we'll be able to ship them as soon as possible.
I'm trying to get this set back up. Dana asked, "Why is there a pack and play in the sew shop?"
That is for the dog. That is for the little puppy over there, so that she's not running around everywhere.
Lola.
And contained. That is the SOT mascot, Lola. She's Not a teacup pup, but she's still pretty small.
If you saw their Meet the Team video,
Oh, yeah.
Lola's in that.
Yep, and it is live on the YouTube page. Right? Oh. What other questions we got?
The red bags on the table.
Ooh, so these are the new Ox Kit bags. The Ox Kit used to come in a hard case. We had lots of people asking if we offered a soft bag and different colors. So these are the new bags that we started with. We do offer them in a few different colors like orange and fluorescent yellow, red, black. But these are 2 orders to customers that just got fulfilled by Hunter and will be shipped out today. So the Ox Kit is the OSHA compliant first aid kit. It exceeds Class A and Class B expectations. Oh, he's done. You coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to figure out who you were. Because I'm sure they're tired of my coughing at this point. And I also have work to do because I wasn't here this morning.
I also have work to do.
Yeah, but he can see the chat.
I can see the chat.
So-
You can just leave it there.
Okay.
That's fine. What's a chat between friends?
It's on the table.
Do you want me to get it on the other side?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Da 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 do 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 do.
Mana.
Do 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 do. All right, guys, we're back in action. We're having a good time.
Local farmer, is the position for Bob's secretary still open, Britt? You don't want that job. He's crazy.
Local farmer, text me. Please. I don't know, dude. That would be a pretty stressful job. I'm not gonna lie. Is the position for Bob's secretary still open, Britt? I want that job. I don't know. Local farmer, email me, bob@refugemedical.com. Tell me why. I'm interested. We do have a lot of expansion happening in the training department over the next 6 months. And the thing is like, I'm a rabid squirrel, dude. Like, I'm just doing so many different things. If I'm not, working with local law enforcement or freaking going and helping one of the ministries or trying to raise sheep, I'm here. And if I'm not here, I'm doing something else. Like, I'm always going. Just to verify, what is the email for sending a resume? bob@refugemedical.com. Is Bear still in South Carolina? Negative, Ghost Rider. Bear is not in South Carolina. Will the Canine IV bag make a return to the website? Yes, asterisk. IV bags as a whole, like the fluids took a huge hit. The Baxter plant got hit in North Carolina, which is having a huge impact on the supply chain. So when I say things like, you guys should get this because of supply chain issues and how very fragile they are, I really do actually mean that. I really, really do actually mean that. It's a huge deal. Nice to hear Bob just talk and not yelling. I'm always yelling. It's my passion for life, you know? I'm a shouter. I project. In Florida, we PT and plate carriers at the gym. I kind of want an Alpine one for the lulz. We are not making an Alpine white plate carrier. We're trying to make sure that we make plate carriers now. So, no. Oh, you are the famous Bob. I don't know if I'm the famous Bob. I've been called worse things, though. Just don't call me late for dinner. If I win all 4 weeks of the social post, can I commission a custom plate carrier color? Maybe. I don't know, Jake. That's a lot of work, dude. The Alpine camo has been on my radar since Bear leaked it the other day. Minnesota folks need more snow camo options made in the USA. So we want to do Alpine. But here's the thing is, like, there's so much that goes into it. Hold on. We'll go over to the sew shop. We'll go on a walk. We'll go on an adventure. Guys, say hi to Hooter. This is Hoot.
Said hi to him
He's the
earlier,
newest little Refuge employee. He's so good at what he does. Look at this guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's single, ladies. He's single. Love you, bro. Holler at my boy Hoot. Lauren's over there in her hidey hole. All right, let's look at some American manufacturing. Much for make in U.S. please now time. Very U.S. manufacture. We just went to China. Ching chong, hello. Dahero. Oh, now we're in Pakistan for the other part of our production. I'm on the internet, Terry. Terry's just jamming out. Hey, look at him work. Look at him go. That's artistry right there. That guy, you can't beat it. All right. So we're in the sew shop. Here is what you guys are asking for. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's very thick. This is a 1500 denier, which is what we were able to get. However, the problem is that, guys, it is so dang challenging to spin up production of a whole new product in a whole different color, because you got to change all the thread, you got to change all of your binding, you have to do testing and your webbing and your Velcros have to match, and then you have to make sure that you pressure test it in that, right? I wonder who bugged them about Alpine Camo. Yeah, I wonder who it was, Rick.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, Rick calls at least once every other day about Alpine Camo. He's like, hey guys, are you making Alpine Camo stuff yet? No. But I promise, Rick, when we do, you will be the first one to get it.
Absolutely.
You will be the first one to get it. You really will. Because what happens is people request specialty camos, and they're so loud about it, and then they don't purchase it. And so then we just sit on it. So I mean, look at all this freaking black multicam I have. That's all just sitting there. Where's the woodland at? On the other side, right? Yeah, woodland down here, right? And all this woodland. Everybody wanted woodland. Oh, we need more woodland, and nobody purchased it. You know, and they're like, the kits look awesome.
My favorite one.
And I personally, I have a woodland IFAK. It's awesome. Alpine Camo coin purse to hold your gold coins. That'd be awesome. That does look BA. Yeah, it is BA. It's super dope. But there's so much work and development that goes into these products. The American flag Bearfack, we have that right here. Why can't I talk about it? But right now, I talked about it, dang it. I bought a woodland SOB as soon as I heard about it. See, Guitars and ARs gets it. What's up, Hemi? I will get some Alpine 2, have pullover pants and jacket, need it in a Bearfack. Love my Origin SOB. Yeah, the Origin camo, that Raptor camo is awesome. Marpat or Ranger Green for me. We did some Marpat. We ran some Marpat stuff. It went okay. It's obsolete now. I mean, even the Marines are moving away from Marpat. They're moving all the Ranger Green. So it's important to note in the production process that, like, even if you're switching to a different camo pattern, there's still T&E that's involved. And even a little bit of R&D, because you have to, like, figure out, okay, what is the right shade of gray to go on this? What is the right binding gray that goes on this? And then annotating all that information, and then ordering all those materials, right? And then getting it to match, right? There's like, I think we have 700 different types of coyote in this building right now. And so I love black multicam. I love black multicam too, dude. I was actually really hoping that we had black multicam Velcro so I could sew it onto a piece of kit today, but we don't. It's okay though. It is what it is, bro. It's probably something we should look at in the future. Oh, dude, it's gonna be, dude, multicam hook and loop is so expensive. It's redonkulous. It doesn't make sense. Anything that is multicam actual is so expensive. And so, who makes your trauma shears and where are they made? Our trauma shears, I don't actually know. I know we have our own trauma shears made. I can't remember where they're made though. That's a good question. A company? I think they're near-shored. I don't think they're not US made, but they're near-shored. I have a black multicam arc and love it. Yeah, dude, the black multicam arcs are sick. They're super sick. It's more than just canvas. The hardware and straps matter. Everything matters. The hardware, the straps, the binding, the Velcro, the way that you sew it matters. If you sew it incorrectly, if you use the wrong stitch, if you don't bar tack certain sections, if you don't pressure test that pattern, it could fall apart. And what a lot of people don't realize is we guarantee our products for life. That means that if that stuff wears out and breaks, we are going to replace it. So how much more R&D do we need to do to ensure that it's not going to fall apart to cost us tons of money in the end, right? And more importantly, to make sure you're getting a product that actually lasts, right? It's a huge difference, huge difference. Any updates on the panel? I don't know what you mean by the panel. No, they shouldn't know about that. They can't know about that. Yeah, you don't know about that. Grandpa over here is still rocking OD Green and ACU. That's awesome. How about a Refuge ball cap with Velcro? We've been talking about hats for a minute. We're trying to figure out hats. It's a struggle. Wear any pattern you want if you're not training in it. You're a loot drop for someone who has flannel and Crocs who's trained. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I said it on the SOE podcast, and I'll say it again here. I would rather take the guy with the Palmetto who spent $3,000 on ammunition versus a guy with a Daniel Defense or LWRC with a nice optic. Because that guy with 3,000 rounds of ammunition who trained is going to be way better with his rifle. In all seriousness. Did you say yesterday plate carriers are shipping soon? Plate carriers have been shipping all week. So they've been pushing plate carriers out as fast as they can. They are shipping plate carriers. Found your BPKs at my local range. Hey, that's freaking awesome, bro. That is super cool. I love to hear that. What a blessing that is. Journey of John, what's up? For those of you guys who hopped in that weren't here earlier at the beginning, we did talk about the simple fact that Russia launched an ICBM into Ukraine last night and attacked their thermal stations and some of their resources for their power grid. And so, I mean, we talked about it on the Refuge report yesterday, the threats that exist because of the U.S. and Western countries supporting Ukraine the way that they did. This is a big deal. This is the first time a ICBM has been launched. This is huge. This completely changes the dynamic of the war. This is the reason that they shut down the embassies. And I don't think we're even close to over yet. So Brit preemptively put KIO3 on sale to make sure that more people could get access to it. If you haven't gotten your KIO3, it's probably going to disappear from the market soon. I know one of the big producers has a huge issue that's coming towards them. So I would get your KIO3, your potassium iodide, your potassium iodate now, like rapidly. Because remember, both Ukraine and Russia are moving to create CBRN readiness shelters, and in that we'll have stocks of KIO3. So the second those shelters are ready, and probably even now, their logistics agencies are purchasing rapidly those types of components. Where can you get the directions and dosage on that? There's some information on the bottle. You can also do some quick Google foo and find all that information. I'm not going to tell you how to dose. I can't. Do you guys stock your kits with the real good sticky cloth Band-Aids? Heck yeah, dude. No crappy Band-Aids for us. You say 2 bottles per adult. I recommend that you have a couple bottles per person in your house. That's just smart, right? That gives you a little bit of extra in case somebody else pops along. I like to have a couple extra bottles on hand just for my neighbors if they're there, you know. And so KIO3, what are the pills you're talking about? It's not a pill, it's a supplement. It's potassium iodate. And what it does is it allows your thyroid the capability to process any food that's been exposed to radiation or any water that's been exposed to radiation. So it helps you there. I hope the adults in Europe make good decisions so we don't see World War III. It's not just the adults in Europe. It's the adults here too. And they're not acting like adults. What is your EDC tourniquet? How do you carry? I've been carrying soft in my left front pockets for 18 months and I'm wondering about any preventative maintenance. I've carried a soft T, a Gen 5 soft T in my front left pocket for years. I currently use an ankle kit, and I'll show you. This is the Refuge ankle kit right here. I have my soft T tourniquet right there, a couple of sets of hemostatic gauze and some duct tape right there. And then I have some chest seals and some gauze and some gloves right here. And then this is a pair of rip shears and like a Sharpie. So a lot of capability. It's very, very low vis, unassuming. I'm able to wear it with my straight fit jeans and it not interfere with anything. Preventative maintenance. Just always inspect your gear, guys. If you have any issues, if you see any fraying or if you see any like obvious issues, just use that for training and buy a new one. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, spend the $30, get a new tourniquet, and then you also have a training tourniquet, right? So that's what I do. I rotate it into training gear. Bob, do you want my 1-year ankle kit review before it goes live? Nope, just send it. Honest, bro. How do you recommend to pack duct tape without having a big roll? Yeah, I use duct tape flats. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can take like a piece of plastic and wrap it around the plastic to create a flat roll, or you can purchase it that way. So this one right here, for example, this is a flat of duct tape. And so this is a big roll of duct tape, like so, right? That just keeps going, and it's on it's on some piece of material, so that way you can separate it from it, but it packs down really flat. So that way you're not having to deal with some like crazy roll of duct tape. That'd be insane. Can I get that back on there? Yeah. That's how I do it. I like duct tape flats versus like big rolls. Do you have to replace your tourniquet every time you use one? If you use one in real life to stop a bleed, yes, you're not going to get it back. The EMT, it's going to be taken off right before surgery. But if you're just training with it, no, you don't have to take it off. You don't have to replace it every time. We make blue training tourniquets too for that purpose, so you know which one is your designated tourniquet. Refuge, serious update. My soft TC clip failed me during training and wouldn't retain my windlass. Made me think about it, going back to stopping up cat TQs. That can happen sometimes. I've seen it happen when people don't pull the tab tight all the time and they have too much windlass bunched up, or too much of the strap bunched up by the windlass. I use old gift cards for my flat duct tape. Smart, Rick. That is super smart. Do they stretch out? They can, depending on how much you use them. You got to use them a lot, but they can stretch out. Can Refuge make a video breakdown comparison of all the different quick clots? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can make a video going over the quick clots and quick clot versus C-locks, versus X-stat versus, I mean, we've talked about different hemostatics before, but we can make another video where we talk about all that information. No problem. That'd be a great video idea. Lauren, we're making a video just talking about all the different quick clots. Not right now. Start, like in the future, put it in your content schedule. These are great questions, guys. These are really, really great questions. Lauren, Hemi says hi. She says hi back. She said very dramatically. I love how chill Refuge is. Yeah, dude, it's a crazy place to work. So we've been doing like interviews, right, with all these people because we're hiring for multiple positions. And so with all these interviews that we've been doing, like we've had to bring people that aren't Refuge in here and try to explain our work environment. And it's the craziest questions in the world. We're like, hey, you know, how do you feel about like not eating certain foods at work, right? And respecting our dietary restrictions. How do you feel about like flashbangs going off in the middle of the workday? How do you feel about Bob running around with different guns? Like, it's the weirdest thing. Lauren, 12C says hydrate. She says you can't tell her how to live her life, bro. Don't tell me what to do. I'm an adult. I pay taxes. Sounds normal to me. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else. But I think this place is awesome. How do you feel about the whole staff being an emergency response team? Yeah. How do you feel about the staff being well armed and trained? Safe. Terry says safe. Yeah. Are you okay with a machine gun pointed at the front door at all times? Yeah. Yeah. TQ check, left arm, go. Oh my gosh. I'm not using my left arm. I'm not using my left arm. I can do it. Boom, boom. Remember the rule of thumb. Don't be an ass, come to class. Don't be an ass, come to class.
Oh, you got a ratchet?
Yeah. Ooh, one more.
Yeah.
Oof.
That feels so good.
Okay. Woo! I got it. I'm up. I'll make it. Did you guys get it? I'll check my pulse right now for you guys. We're up. We're good. Very good. Rock and roll. My tourniquet's a little dirty. Must be like using my ankle kit. Like I got dust on there and some dirt and debris. Still works though. She still works. I'll tell you what it was. It was probably North Carolina. That thing. Remember, guys, always restage your TQs after you use them when you get TQ checked by Beartron on the internet. Brenda said on, set. Boom. Mock ark and blowing a shofar in Jerusalem. ... Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be no negative ramifications of that. Have you experienced the slish fraying after a couple of times? Yeah, it's not the best tool to continue to train with. I have a training slishman. It does fray with extended use. I have noticed that. I don't know that there's a way to fix it either unless they change the material of the slishman itself. It is something we were actually just recently talking about in here. Yeah, love the fact that sewing machines sound like automatic weapons. Yeah, it's actually not a sewing machine. Terry's in a gunfight right now. He's sustaining.
And I'm winning.
All right, guys, I'm running out of battery here, so we're gonna probably end the stream. I would remind you to go and grab KIO3 to get the gear that you need. Make sure that you, your neighbors, your friends, your family are all set up. These are crazy. Make sure you like, follow, and share, guys. Like, follow, and share. To the people who are sharing the stuff out, you have the opportunity to win free money. You get free first aid gear. No big deal. I don't mean to brag. It's kind of a big deal. Hey, thanks, Isla Maine. Hey, Bob, when you look at submitted resumes, how do you determine who you reach out to? It really depends on qualifications, location, the person itself, and like a bunch of different things. Like, do we think that they would be a good fit in the culture and in the community, like our workplace? Do we think that they'd be qualified to do the job? Do we have somebody that's more qualified, that's able to be hired in a quicker facet? There's a bunch of different things that go into it. If we don't reach out to you when you send a resume, it's not because we don't like you. It's not because we have an issue with you. It's not even that you're not qualified. It might just be that we have like 20 other people we've already reached out to, which is just what it is. But we're trying to do a better job of managing the resumes that we get for future hires to go back and have that pool to pull from. Great live today, very fun. Do all the things, you Refuge Nation. Shalom, homies. Need a sewing machine that sounds like an A10 Warthog. Yeah, that would be a little too fast. We could do it. We could turn it up. No. There you go. All right, we'll pray and then we'll head out. All right. Father God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for everybody on this stream. Lord, I ask that you just continue to bless them and lead them right now, that you would not give them a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Father, I ask that you would continue to lead us in this world so we could be a minister and a ministry and a light to you, Yeshua, our Savior, the Messiah, the King. We love you and we praise you for all these things. It's in your name. Amen. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome day. And yeah, go do cool stuff and whatever. Bye.